We're Indie Tech, and we're continuing Ludum Dare 31 week. I'm Woody.
And I am Kelson.
And today we are talking about Atticus VII from Deconstruct Team. This is, a murder mystery on a spaceship.
Yes. It sure is.
You play as an AI on a ship where there are 6 crew members, and at the start of the game, one of them gets murdered.
Definitely.
And throughout the course of the rest of your voyage, you have to try to both finish your mission and figure out who the murderer is. And you do this by assigning people different tasks throughout the day, and getting them to go in different rooms. Because you're the ship's AI, you can spy on them and see what they do. And you can also ask them questions by putting them in certain rooms. So it's sort of this weird form of resource management mixed with, like a Phoenix Wright style accusatory game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it's cool from the perspective, like, usually the AI is like a suspect in a space, murder situation.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to get the, like, in one room, you can, like, spy on people and sort of get their sort of solo monologue that they're doing, and then you can sort of, you suss out through careful questioning and interviewing of people, and there's sort of a finite amount of actions you have each day, so you also have to kind of do upkeep on the ship itself to keep things going.
Yeah, you have that finite amount of resources is important, because asking people questions costs you resources, spying on people costs you resources, and then just doing your day-to-day tasks costs resources. So there's this whole, kind of, like, cat and mouse game of how much do you spend on what you want to do and stuff, and do you need to pull somebody else up to ask them more questions about information that got revealed? Because, hey, the second in command of the ship revealed something that I want to ask the science officer of the ship, but I already asked him.
Right,
I will note, as of the time of our review-ish thing here, neither of us has actually, like, gotten the quote-unquote good ending of this game. I am kind of presuming there's a good ending. I'm, like, where you figure out who the murderer is, and you complete your mission all successfully and everything, but we haven't gotten it.
Yeah, I am. Mine crashed, like, literally, I just had a crash, like, right before I was gonna kind of make my concluding accusation, and so who knows if I would have been correct or not.
I really like this game.
Me too, man.
It is a nice little mystery. It builds a nice little micro universe. In and of itself, I really like these kind of moral choice based games like this, and these where you have to investigate stuff like this. Games like this suffer when they're large because you can't have that many variables without, like, remaking half the game. And this gets away with it because it's a small game.
Totally. Yeah, it gets away with it. It's a small game. And, like, also it deserves credit. Again, this is another one of the games that we played that's, like, really hits the theme. This is all one screen, a truly one screen game. It feels super polished again. Like, just everything functions perfectly. It looks good. Everything's just, like, really, like, sophisticated for, made in only a few days. And I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, this is definitely one I highly recommend. It's highly variable. It's fun to go through. This is one of those games where I've played it and I want to get the good ending now. Like, I want to figure out everything properly. If there's a negative about this game, it's that it doesn't really tell you at the start that you need to have a proper amount of evidence to convict somebody of the crime. Because I got to that point of the story and I'm like, oh, well, I'm pretty sure I know who did it from, like, their motives, but I don't necessarily have any proof yet. And if I knew I would have needed proof, I wouldn't have accused them yet. And that's a very small gripe, and it's more kind of like a personal thing I ran into of, I would have done that in not the same way.
Yeah.
But it's still something I think they could be more upfront about. And maybe I just missed that part of the text, too.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, communication is always nice. And
but
saying
regardless
it's like Clue. If you accuse, game's over. Like that's good. That is good to know.
So yeah, I think that's a pretty hearty recommendation from the both of us then.
Absolutely.
Check out Atticus VII.